Welcome to Afternoon Vibes. Wait, did you plan that? Wow, like, look at the rhyming and
the spirit is one.
The spirit is one. You're welcome to Afternoon Vibes.
Welcome.
Yes, it's another wonderful day. We give God all the glory for making it possible for us to be here again. Thank God for the eyes to watch us and the ears to hear. And we thank God for the mouth to speak.
There's one station that says those words.
Really?
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah, so, her name is Akinwale Deborah.
His name is Adebayo Shah.
That's not how I say. Let me say my name. My name is Shaya John Adebayo.
Hey, it's Akinwale now. All right. So, yes, my name is Akinwale Deborah, like he said. And his name is Olushai John Adebayo.
I showed you two up. Yeah, you're welcome.
So you're welcome to Afternoon Vibes.
Yeah.
We have a spontaneous gist for you people.
Yes.
There's no topic per se, but wait for us. We'll be right back. Welcome back.
Welcome
to
back.
Afternoon Vibes.
Yeah.
Yes, we are here. Like I said, we are going to do spontaneous gist. So what is the topic about? What is the gist about? I have a question for you people.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. My girlfriend stood by me when I was broke. Took a loan for me to start my business. Now I am really rich. Listen to those words. Now I am really rich, but she's not my spec. Should I just return her money back and break up, then move on to date this wonderful lady I've been seeing for over a month? Okay, now I agree with it. Now I understand the cheating part.
Okay.
Well, is there anything again?
Yeah.
What do you see? What do you think?
Of course, feel free to join the conversation. You can send your comment to us via WhatsApp +234 706 424 6933 +234 706 424 6933, or you can send it to us on the comment section if you're watching us on social media. So this is a very serious issue. Actually, this guy has been in a relationship with a lady, only God knows how many months or how long, you know.
It should not be months, because now he's really rich.
Really
he
rich.
Not do
So
Baba
So now the lady, according to the guy, the lady has been there for him when he had nothing. You know, the lady has been supporting. He even said the lady took a loan for her. You know, that means taking, you know, like took a loan for her, for him to start his business. And then, you know, of course, there must have been days of 1,000 a year, 2,000 a year, 500 a year,
transport,
and recharge card and all of that. All those ones has no account. And there are days of cooler ministry. You understand? And you know, when a lady is truly in love, you know, Abi, there's nothing they cannot do, Abi.
Yes, she has spent her time, she has spent energy, she has spent emotion, she has spent her life, in short, because time is life. She has spent everything. Now you're talking about, should I just, you know, listen, it's the wordings for me. It's not even, it's many. If you listen to the wordings, it's more like it does not really even care about her effort. It's more like should I just return her money? Like just a whole of helping you from nothing. Instead, she stood by you. Stood by you is not just that she gave you money.
Yes.
Giving you money is not about, it's not standing by. She stood by you, the emotional part. You breaking down and feeling like you are nobody because she gave you counsel, she was up at midnight with you, talking to you and everything. And you think you just want to return money.
Just. And then break up and move on. To date this wonderful. Now, how does he know that this
he has been seeing for a month?
No, it's even the adjective for me. He said wonderful lady.
Because he's been seeing
You have not been in relationship with her. You already know she's wonderful. So from a distance, she's wonderful.
What
That's
does it
true.
mean? It not say this person I know or this friend I have. This person
I've
I've
been
been
seeing,
saying.
so they must have
If
been.
you want to tell your parents that there's somebody, say, there's a lady I've been saying. It's saying now, it's not
It's
dating.
true. It might not even be full dating like that, but
There's been a
in
lot
his
of
mind, he's already
investment.
dating the lady in
Yes,
his
now,
mind.
brother.
He's mentally dating the lady already.
Let me come from two angles. Let me imagine that you're not dating anybody yet, but you're having a feeling, like I mentioned earlier before we started this show. You're having a feeling that, okay, now I have money. This girl is not really educated. This girl is not, maybe does not really dress well. Or this girl, one or two things that is not now matching with your spec now that you're now really rich. These are your words for you. Really rich. So you now think that it's to dispose her like orange. Brother, my point, or rather my opinion for you, my suggestion, if you really want an advice, is that you should sit her down and know if she's ready to up a scale, up her level or whatever. If it's about the academics, you can help her. You can, if she's willing, you can take her to school. If she's willing, you can work on her dressing, take her shopping. You are really rich, my brother, and she helped you. The only say she brought you there because there's God's grace in between.
Yes,
but
yes.
at least she has a great input in your life. Help her in any way that you can bring her up to that which she has helped you to get to. And now let's imagine that you're now dating somebody. People are angry because you see what people have said to you. Because this person, you said she stood by you. If you didn't know she stood by you, maybe you just feel like she gave you money, okay, just to return her money. Just to return her money. But now you can say that it was not a moment of weeks or months. And she was your spec earlier. If she was not your spec, she would not be your girlfriend. So she was your spec. Now that you have gotten to a point, she has stopped being your spec. But you say that even this wonderful lady that you want to date now, when you get married to her, maybe she's even slim, she has shape and everything, and you get married and she gives birth and now she has stomach and now she's big, now she's darker than you thought she would be. And no, of course she can work on herself, but let's even say she ends up like that. Will you say she's not your spec again and go for the next person? Because people like you, you go from one angle to another. So I'm coming from two angles. Let's say that you have a good heart. Let's say you're asking from a point where you do not have a choice for the feeling to happen. Many of us, we have feelings that we don't plan to have. Sometimes you get angry and wonder, why am I angry? So it's possible things like that happen, but how to handle it is what matters. So that is why I'm advising you to work on her. Pray as a Christian that you are. God can help even your own feelings to get back. God can help her to be willing to get to that point that you'll be able to take her out and say, this is my baby or this is my wife. That's the point. But if you're actually selfish, I don't have word for you again.
Dude, thank you. That's a great one. There's another, dimension or perspective to this. Looking at the guy, of course, he's being sincere. Right. Like, okay, I've been with this lady for a while, and he admitted that the lady has stood by him rather, and sacrificed, done this, done that. But I've seen somebody else, and it's like, when he compared the new person he's seeing, he sees that this one has some. Only God knows what is the parameter or what is the yardstick for she's not my spec. But the way he said it, he didn't say that maybe I discovered some things in the other. He just said she's not my spec. That's not like she has never been spec before.
Or now that your eyes have opened, now there's a new kind of spec in your mind. Except there's a way you want to say it, but you don't know how to articulate your words. Maybe you want to say she's not dressing well, like I said. I don't know how to articulate. You just say, well, she's not my spec. So we are trying to help you.
But Deborah, if the spec thing is beauty-wise, maybe that other lady is, more beautiful, more attractive, and men are moved by what they see. Men are visual beings. So how do you?
I've heard somebody say that everybody is fine. It's just how you dress, or it's money and how you dress, or how you package yourself.
Really? So money can.
Yeah.
See the way that people say, hey. Really?
You see people that if you see their throwback pictures, especially, you will be shocked.
It's true.
And throwback picture might not be more than 2 years, but the moment where they had money, even girls will start running to them, even without seeing them.
No, this happens for guys, but
house.
Does it happen for ladies too?
Yes, because there's number one, your skin will be fresh. Number two, you will dress better. Even you will carry yourself. Even the way you, I've realized that the way you carry yourself even affects your beauty.
True.
There's a way you can look, and your low self-esteem can just make you look worse than you are. As I know what I'm saying. So it took, you tell yourself as often as possible that you are beautiful. You tell yourself, so it helps your self-esteem and it makes you carry yourself better. There's no how you will not be. Of course, I know that there's some people that you will see, I'm like, what? But really, if there is a touching up, like we say in slangs, if there is a push, there's no how the person will be fine. Now, there are very black people that you will see and you say, black can shine. When the person was poor, I'm sure the person was not shining. Okay, it's just like that girl that was selling bread that they said they gave her money. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm sure that if a guy that was looking for a babe passes by her selling bread, you will not even look at her twice. But now that she has money, Oga, you go past twice.
Okay, that's true. Anyway, that's true. So I think now to the guys out there, of course, I understand. In fact, it happens both ways.
Yes.
That when you've been with somebody for a while, of course, you know, just like you can't be eating same food.
At some point, just get
now
tired.
there was a particular analysis that I did one day personally. There was a particular soap I use. Let me not mention their name, so not give them free adverts. Now that particular, there was a day I bought the pack of it. In the pack there are 6. We have 6 in that pack. Okay. So I kept using it, but it's the same fragrance. So by the time I used the 3rd soap, and this is running to months now, so I got tired of that same. Of course, it smells nice, but I got tired of that smell. I wanted something different.
It's human.
Now wait, I was not working one day, and I was thinking, I said, wow. I now related it to relationship, that's how it happens, or in marriage now, that okay, I've been using this particular soap, it's been serving me well, but now I want something different. Then I now answered I was just, you understand?
You are doing conference call. Conference meeting.
So do you know what the answer I gave myself, or my spirit gave me, and I said, wow, that was apt. I said, okay, since this particular soap, the brand, they did different fragrances. So I said, okay, since I'm tired of this fragrance, I can, of course, it's still the same brand, but I can change the fragrance. So I said, okay, now in the context of marriage now, it's the same woman, because you can't change her. It's the same woman, but you can, change the fragrance. How? There are ways you spice up the marriage. Yes. There are other things you bring in, or maybe there's something you want her to be. For instance, there was something we were saying before we came live. You understand? So maybe there's a particular thing you're expecting her to be doing.
Yes.
You teach her, train her, as long as she's willing. You understand? So you guys can keep reinventing
if she's
yourself.
Not willing, go for counseling.
Yes.
She will see that this is going to help her marriage. She'll be willing.
Yes.
And even if it's not something that is too extreme for her, in the counseling, you yourself will understand her state, and you can help her to a point that she can understand.
Yes.
So there's nothing that we cannot do to help ourselves. It's only you.
There was even a man that said something. He was arguing that a man cannot not cheat. And he was serious about it.
In the blood.
Now he now said something. He was actually having the conversation with a lady. I was there, so because it was my boss there, so I could not really. I was just listening to them. So he said, "Don't you know that when you get married to your wife, after a while you both become like brother and sister?" He said your wife those were his words. He said your wife will become your sister, so it will just become like brother sister.
So it's still. If it's that one, be doing away wife, maybe marry, but live in different places. Go and be visiting like boyfriend and girlfriend. Still enjoy, maybe weekend, you will just be going to the house, saying hello. But you'll be changing who will take care of child, because you will not go and kill you. Maybe you will take care of child this week. Take care of child. Because, and I have someone that is married, a friend. So she was saying that she's weekend wife for Kineko, that she's missing her husband. I said, there's a pro to that. Everything has pros and cons. There's an advantage to that. You will most likely not get tired of yourselves. You will always anticipate to see yourselves next time. But people that are living together, there's a way. Morning, night. The worst is people that are living together and working together.
Oh. So they would have to be very intentional about not seeing each other finish.
And they're not taking themselves for granted.
Yeah, that's what I mean by finish.
You don't get how. So it has to be very intentional. Talk less of. So.
Wow.
Imagine you're just dating and now you're saying that she's not what you expect. When you are married, that you have seen everything that is needed to see.
Every.
Like, there's nothing that is left to imagination. Even now you're full left to imagination. There's nothing left to imagination. How will you handle finish?
Wow. As in, this is
Yes.
wow, that's true actually. So I think it's a thing of the mind.
Yes.
It's a thing of the, of course, that guy, before you went for that lady, forget she's your spec, because there must have been something that attracted you or attracted her to you. So you can't say she's not totally your. It's because you now have money, so you have options. So now you are seeing
the good part of this question that you had is that you are true to yourself first.
Yes.
Now what do you do afterwards?
Yes.
I think we need to take a break.
Yeah, let's go for a musical break.
Right,
so drink water on this one.
Yeah, we'll not tell you what people have said.
Exactly. Yeah, there's the comments.
All right, so we'll be right back.
Avant que je raconte mon scénario, c'est vrai que la vie ne fait pas cadeau. Ouais, Papa Noël, ouais, son sac à dos. Mais même si le problème est dans ma peau, gaga, manqué d'accord. J'ai décidé de quitter le mal, car tout ce que je cherchais, c'est lui qui donne. C'est Dieu qui a commencé, c'est lui qui va faire un miracle dans la zone. C'est Dieu qui a commencé, c'est lui qui ferme la bouche des papatoules. C'est Dieu qui a commencé, c'est lui qui va faire un miracle dans la zone. C'est Dieu qui a commencé, c'est lui qui ferme la bouche des papatoules. Dieu, allô, allô, Dieu, allez, allez, Dieu, allô, allô, allô.
Now because you did my part, now I had to do shakara. You know feel leave me halfway, oh. I know. That day you love me too much, oh. I know. So Jackie, I come and say, il a commencé. Il a commencé, celui qui fait faire mi hack dans ma vie. So Jackie, I come and say, celui qui ferme la bouche de mes ennemis. Allô, allô, allez, allez. Allô, allô,
T'as fait de moi une vraie dame. Ne me demandez pas de. T'as fait de moi une vraie dame. Ne me demandez pas de. Allô, allô, allô.
Oh Jesus, that was beautiful. More grace to her.
Having more grace. So
Yeah, the voice is, is heaven.
I cannot even say. You can say I'm just doing like this. I can't even say.
Yeah.
That's an interesting moment.
So if you're just joining us, it's Afternoon Vibes and it's Spontaneous Gist today. Spontaneous Gist. And we've got a very interesting topic we've been talking about today, and it's about a guy.
Okay.
It's about a guy who has been in a relationship with a lady who has stood by him when he had nothing. The lady even went as far as taking a loan for him to start his business. Now his business has grown very big. He has
He's
become
really
very rich, like really rich. But now he suddenly realizes that this lady is not his spec. So he's seeing somebody else. In fact, for over a month, he said he's been seeing somebody else. So he's now in a dilemma. Is it dilemma or dilemma? Dilemma. Okay.
Maybe it's UK and US.
So he does not know which way to go. That should he just pay this lady
Return
off,
her money.
return her money, pay her off, and tell her thank you, and then go for this wonderful. He called the new lady wonderful lady that he's been seeing for
Because
a
he
month.
just met her. Everybody is wonderful at first sight. Especially
true.
when you meet the person in a dinner or clinic, or you will see poshness. Hello.
Like somebody was saying that, you know, most men, not in the Christendom per se, like that, you know, in secular world, you know, most men, in fact, almost 95% of men have side chicks outside, you know, and then you ask, okay, why do they do some of these things? You know, some of them will say, that lady. In fact, some of them will be talking about a particular side chick, like, she's so courteous, she's so deep, you know. You don't know that side chick, she's looking for something.
She's putting forth her club queen her fruit.
So by the time you draw the side chick closer and maybe she becomes a wife too, then she knows that my bum has entered the so now she can now begin to show you the true picture. Then you
sorry, like some Yoruba movies said that we see that the second wife will enter now become rogue.
yes,
If the man had seen her as rogue, he will not bring her inside.
definitely.
But he now say, hey, now you have shifted for me. Either you now leave for me now or you give me space.
So the man will now begin to appreciate the first wife, and more often than not, the first wife would have suffered with him or stayed with him when he had men. What used to do herself?
You now say cheating is in the blood. Which blood?
Okay, I think every man has the tendency, naturally.
How?
Like natural. When I say
Why?
naturally,
The nature I'm still talking about. Why? How?
naturally, because of course it's something you now have to, you know.
How? Why?
Are you putting me
Because
on
why?
the spot now?
Because why is the lady not naturally prone to that?
Okay, let me say every human
Yes.
has the natural tendency.
But it's just because it is said that the man is the and in Yoruba land they will say "Bobìnrin bá lọ́kọ méjì, ó dáṣẹ́ o," but for a man is legal. So because of that, it's now a mindset that we can do what we want to do. The woman has no right to question us because we are even the man of the house or the men of the house. But the woman, she's under me, so she cannot say anything.
And you know, for men, you know, when men treat their wives as if she's nothing, now that same man, let him just hear that one man is getting close to his wife, the lion in him will come out.
They set fire.
You know, so which means it's a mind thing. The same woman that, now can you see now, the same woman that does not,
I left for another woman.
you understand? Now you just hear that, it's like there's one guy
Jealousy we aroused.
that is, you know, coming around your wife. Really, you understand? That's why you begin to see, she's not totally bad.
You know,
no.
people like that, maybe they never hear that at her workplace there's one man that is taking her, maybe during lunch. The man is always at the restaurant in the same place. You are cheating on a woman, no? But you see, they'll say, you're not going to that workplace again. Don't worry, I'll be giving you salary. Just stay in there and take care of the children. But you think that if we are human, the way you are feeling is the way a woman will feel. What you think her feeling is not meant to be checked. So it does not matter. That shows how heartless and selfish a human, let me use a human.
Yes.
A human can be, even though men are prone to it the most. No Christian is prone to it because it's not in your blood.
Yes.
You have the blood of Jesus.
Yes.
So, and Jesus does not cheat.
Yes.
We don't cheat.
Yes.
Nice.
Now, mind you, when I said every man,
No, I
not
understand.
from-
No, I mean,
No, we're
I
talking
just came
generally
back to
now,
that point. I know.
on TV, so maybe our Sunday school teacher is watching, so you just call me for counseling on Sunday.
So let's see what people are saying.
Yeah.
Nonsense and nonsense. I like to start with that. Nonsense and nonsense. When she was standing by you through thick and thin, and you were collecting her money, she was not your spec, Abby. That was just what the person. I can imagine how the person is feeling. That was just what the person said. That was stellar for you to think about it. What was she when you were dating her and you guys did not have money? But now that she could go as far as using her name to collect a loan, standing by you and all, you just want to return her money. The second one. Somebody just said, no issue. Just return the money back with interest. That's all. I don't know what the person is thinking though.
That business. So you should be able to be
interest. What about everything?
How would you?
This topic draws my attention small. You see, check out the word stooge. I've not even checked that. Stooge. You can check it. Maybe you check it.
Yeah, I'll do.
Never be one. That stooge is the word it's saying you should never be.
Okay.
I would have loved to give this guy a very courteous insult, but not necessary. Listen to it. This very person is best described a fool. I don't understand the point of saying that you want to be cautious. And it is safer for the lady he intends to leave, because even after leaving, he will still cheat on the newfound love of his. May God make you wealthy and not just give us riches. Amen.
Amen.
I don't understand the last part. He isn't a serious-minded person. Somebody else. Nobody is less. If you truly love someone before, love doesn't just die because you met new people. You can upgrade your partner to any kind of lady out there if you have the money. So all those story to me is just story. Actually, there might be something else I am saying. This has never been proven to be amicable. No amount he wants to return can suffice for what he received, considering the time value of the money he received. If he has a better reason to end the relationship, he should make it clear. However, if he is not satisfied with someone who was there in his lowest days, there's every tendency for his antecedents to repeat. It's a lot to listening to us. I'm quite okay. Somebody says I'm quite busy now, but want to give you some recommendations on a text. Read "Love Must Be Tough" by Dr. James C. Dobson. You may also check "Becoming Your Spouse Better Half" by Rick Johnson. This person even cares about you. This person wants you to do better. So the person is telling you to read "Love Must Be Tough" and "Becoming Your Spouse's Better Half." Yes, that love must be tough. Must be tough. I've not read it, but even the line "love must be tough" says that even after you get married, it's not. It doesn't just end. It's not always emotional, whatever. There's work to love. There is a decision to love. Okay, imagine that this maybe your husband did not have your time for like some weeks, and you were feeling down at that point. You needed somebody to talk to. Somebody's at your workplace to talk to. The person's always giving you listening ears. You're always having something to talk about. The person is fun to be with. The person is, there's no emotions will flow. Now at that time you will now start seeing the bad parts of your husband, and you now see it good in this guy. Maybe your husband is someone that has never cared when you made hair. You will never notice. But this one, as you're entering the office, like you say, you just made this hair. You look very good. Last week said so. I remember. Can they come? And the person will give you an idea of the next hair, and it's giving you all this attention. There's no how it will not attract you. There's no how it will not make your emotions want to tilt. But it takes your decision. Love is a decision. Love is an action word. Love is not a noun. It's an action word. When you say I love you, there's an action in love. It is not just in words. So love is actually tough. Love is something that no matter what everything is looking like, everything might look sweet around, might look like this person is giving me more attention than I would have gotten from my babe or guy. But love is a decision, and it's tough to give. But even God saw the toughness, and he was ready to even love us when we did not even love him. How much more somebody that loves you, but maybe because of circumstances is not showing it. Make sure you make that decision to stay, to have one. They said in English, is one eyes that the cutlass has. Would you call that? So moving on. Gentleman. Life is all about friendship and relationship. It's the friendship for me. Okay, you saw qualities that drew you closer to her. You saw probably things you felt were not of your standard. Yet, you extorted her of her resources, and such benign acts blindfolded you to see other ladies. As in, see, it's a lot of things. There was something I wanted to say. You saw probably things you felt were not your standard, yet you extorted her. But I wanted to say that in the beginning, maybe when you saw that if she was not your spec from the beginning, you would have just become a friend. If you were a friend, it doesn't hurt for a friend to help another friend. If she had helped you as a friend, it would have not been an issue. But you dated her, you get why. There was something you saw, like he said. There was something that attracted you. It's not now. No, it's not now. Even when you get married, there'll be a point where you feel the same way. But the same way is not now. It's not that time too. You have to work it out. Moving on. You need not promise to. For a lady to show such sense of commitment, you should know she loves you. Then you are an ingrate for not reciprocating or letting her know your stance of her early enough. If at some point, maybe while she was helping you, you felt that maybe you would have, in a way, stopped the whole thing. Instead of going all the way, now you are really rich. But now you don't want to go on. It's a lot of things. I mean, sure we can finish it.
We can't. Let me read this from Bio. This is this was dropped on our YouTube channel, Bio Timber Boys. He said, "Hi guys, I think you have not been able to come up with a solution to this question spiritually." Yes, actually, it's a conversation that when we discuss issues on this show, we try to make it as relaxed as possible and in a way that everybody can relate with it. You understand? So that's why when we discuss it from different perspectives. But if you have been following the show, at the end definitely will establish it. You understand? From the word of God. But if we bring the word from the beginning, everybody, this is another preaching, Jerry. But what's that? Did you, So we try to make it relaxed, make it fun-filled, and let everybody, bring everybody into the discussion. So you are right. Of course, there is a spiritual dimension to this. You understand? But we cannot just spiritualize everything. You understand? Because the person who said this definitely, I'm sure, it might be a church goer, but it might not be a believer. We don't know. You understand? So of course, this guy first is being sincere. You understand? Now, in the Christian perspective, now we believe that as a child of God, before you would even go approach a lady, you understand, not to be a friend, but to ask her out, to be in relationship. We believe the reason why you ask a lady out, to be in relationship with you is that you want to get married to the person. If you're not ready to get married, so just be friends. You'll be friends. So for you to say, okay, I want you to be, you're asking the person out, it means you are asking with marriage in view. And as a child of God, before you would take such a step to start leading another sister on, there must have been some level of conviction you've gotten as a child of God. You understand? So in the Christian context now, so you cannot just, so now, if this is happening to a Christian brother, so does it mean that you didn't hear God, or you were not sure from the beginning, or you just say, let's just do 50-50? You understand? So, okay, you want to say something?
No, I'm listening.
So as a believer, so the first thing, before you go, and many brothers do these things, you just say, Sister Blessing, she has a very nice voice. The way she sings, oh, you say, you keep dreaming about every day, and that's enough reason for you to go and make Sister Blessing. Actually, no, that's not. Marriage is something very serious, and there's one thing about that I've discovered about ladies. Ladies don't easily, open up their hearts to you. So they don't really open up their hearts to you, because once they open up their hearts to you, once they love you, once they open up their heart to you, they give their all. So after a lady has given you her all, is it that you not say it's like God is saying different? You understand? So now that's for the first step. At least you have to be sure that God is leading you to this person. You understand? And you as the lady, when the guy is coming to meet you or a brother is coming to meet you, don't just say yes. Be sure. Both of you be sure from the onset. You understand? Many people make this mistake. They just start the relationship, you understand, and after like maybe 8 months, 1 year, they're already so much into each other, and then maybe the brother is planning to do ministry, and then the lady does not want to, have anything to do with ministry. Then by the time you both begin to, know where you're heading to in life, then you begin to have issues. And don't forget, now you're having disagreements on a particular thing, but don't forget there is love, there is a bond, so you will be hurting each other so much, you don't want to leave this person. At the same time, you're not agreeing. So it's better you get it right from the beginning. Of course, let God give you a go ahead. It's not old school You understand? To hear or get a direction from God before you go ask a lady out. Most especially as a child of God. You understand? Because you don't even want to give yourself unnecessary stress. Because when you don't forget your emotions, every part of you there's a part of you that's involved in that relationship. So if at the long run, maybe you discover that this person is like, maybe God is saying something else. Now you hurt yourself, you disorganize yourself, you're not able to focus on, other things because, it has affected, there's a part of you that is, I was still speaking with somebody just yesterday on this same issue. So it happens, and this is within the Christian fold. So that is first. I think. Oh, we have more. Okay, this is from Non-Felix. He said, "Can we talk more on the spiritual aspect? This topic is very important." Yes. Okay. Bayo said, "A believer cannot have girlfriends, as in dating, as the world does. Talk less of two girlfriends. As a believer, it's either you are in courtship as led by the Holy Spirit and your pastor is aware of it etc." So he said further, he said, "I fail to see God in your advice. I just don't understand. No scriptures to back your advice." Okay, I guess this comment came earlier. So Bayo, if you are still watching, let us know what you think, of course. And you can also share.
What advice can
you can also share. It's a discussion. You understand? We're not coming to really preach. You get it? We are coming to, throw a topic open for us all to discuss. And with the aid of, social media, you can always be part of the discussion. So it's open. You too, let us hear what you think. But I think if you are still watching, we're already talking about the spiritual part of it. You understand that you can't just go ahead, even from the very onset, to ask a lady out when you did not, if it's in a Christian context, now we would ask the brother, what did God tell you?
Yeah.
And then you as the lady, before you accepted him, what did you read? So because we can't keep, it's a very important topic truly, but at the same time we need to find a way to end it, to wrap it. So God, of course, must be the determining factor, must be the ultimate, most especially in this particular aspect of our lives. You understand? God must be the ultimate. When you get to that point, in fact, there's a point you get to in your relationship with God that you will know that it's time for me to get a spouse, or it's not time. And it's not about age. Sometimes God might actually be, dealing with you in an aspect, and God does not want you to distract, yourself with a spouse. You understand? So you can't even if you are a twin, your twin brother, at least we know of a twin that the brother was married a year or 2 years.
Well.
Lawrence Oyo and his brother. You understand? So our dealings are different. So you need to understand the phase you are in with God. So many a time we miss these things. We miss timings. We don't understand seasons rather. So we get ourselves in all kinds of problems. And then we begin to call on to God. And of course, God is a merciful God. And
there are times where the person has said something.
Yeah. Non-Felix and Bayo is really following us back to back. Nice one. He said, as a believer, we do not, this is from Bayo now. As a believer, we do not advise people based on the world standard. We are aware of only one standard, and that is God's standard. Okay, Pastor Bayo, thank you, sir. You guys are believers. Okay. All right. Yeah, of course, everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but I just said it. Mr. Bayo, let me know if this is your first time of watching this show. Maybe if you have been watching the show before, you'll have understood that there's a way we have discussions, because we have people watching us, even from other countries too. So we try to make, this particular show as, a show that everyone can relate with. It's wisdom. Even Jesus Christ, who has sent us into the world, did not just send us to go out there without a strategy. You understand? If you have been following our discussion, and you can even check our YouTube channel to check our previous episodes, you see the manner at which we hold conversations. You understand? So we talk from different perspectives intentionally, because while we are talking from different perspectives, everybody watching us, at least 70 to 80% of people watching us, will have seen themselves in that picture. So they will now be open to hear what we want to say. Then we can now establish something in their heart. You're actually making sense. I understand you, Mr. Bayo, and thank you so much for your comment. But if you've been following now, in the past 5, 6, 7 minutes, we've actually been talking more about the spiritual aspect of it, which is the most important. So thank you so much, Bayo, Timber Boys, and Non-Felix. Thank you for your comments, and every other person that has commented. So as we begin to round off this discussion, I think I've established a point already that in the Christian context, from the very beginning, before you take the step to ask a lady out, you must hear from God. You understand? And I just said something which is very key. I said you even need to understand the phase you are in, the season. You understand? You need to, some people don't even have a relationship with God first, and then, so if you don't have a relationship with God first, you should not even think of having a spouse. You understand? Because the quality of your relationship with whoever you're going out with is determined by the quality of your relationship with God. Right. So my advice to anyone, if you are not in a relationship yet, establish a relationship with God, like get close, get deep. In fact, there's a way that God himself, he knows your spec. God even knows your spec more than you do. He knows, and that's why many a time when God brings, the person, it might not look like it, like, God, because God knows you, the you in you. It is when you allow, you submit to God's will. Okay, Lord, if that's your will, you now get, oh, wow, so there's God in this. Exactly. So my advice to you is first, build a relationship with God. Have a good, concrete relationship with God. And there's nothing like too late with God. Even though you are 33, 32, 34, 31, 29, 28, you understand? God can always compress time. You understand? So focus on your relationship with God and, be on point. Then the Bible says in Matthew chapter 6, verse 32 and 33, it says that for the Father knoweth what you need before you ask. He said God knows what you need. So he knows your emotional needs. He knows the kind of spec you understand, the spec of your spec, like, this is what my son needs.
Sorry, and funny how we think, there was something somebody said that the spec that you had when you were 18 is not the same you have at 25, right? It's not the same you have at 35. God knows what the overall spec will be. At the end, you now be like, thank God I married this woman. Now I'm seeing the things that I actually need for my life. But if it was those specs that you thought you had when you were 18 years, of tall, dark, and handsome, of somebody that is one thing, you now get to a point and say that it doesn't even look like it. So God knows the future. God knows more than you think you do know of yourself. So he knows who fits you for that future that you're going to.
Yes. So, and when you establish it, he even said it in that Matthew 6:33, he said, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added. Now, all these things means all these things. Your spouse, fame, wealth, good life, prosperity, every good thing. And we can see, practical examples in the lives of our fathers in the faith. They sought God, they followed God, like, back to back. They focused on him, and we can see all these other things accompanying them. So as we round off, like I said, I'm trying to, wrap it up and also reiterate my words that it starts first with God. And if you're already in a relationship, you're not even sure if that person you are with is the right person, is God's will for you, and you're already in the relationship, it's never too late to go to God. You understand? Go to God, and if you go to God and God reveals to you, or you discover, you realize on the course of prayers that that's not the right person, go back to God again. Those break lessons are, those just meet the sister, God told me you are not my wife. You have wisdom. Go back to God again and pray, okay, Lord, how should I go about this? They seek counsel.
If the person too knows God,
yes.
Tell the person
on the
if
same
it
page.
is not God for you, it won't be God for her or for him. So both of you will be able to say, okay, it's hurts, but we agree that it's not good for us. It will be better than 7 breakfasts.
Yes. Yeah, so I believe you've learned one or two things from our discussion today, and I'm waiting to hear from Pastor Bayo Timber Boys. Yeah, because your comments, sounds to me like, of course, I'm just kidding. That's just on a lighter mode, actually. Thank you so much for your comments, Non-Felix, Mrs. Adedeji, Lola, and so many others that have commented. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Of course, we can still keep the conversation going on a social media platform. Let's keep it going. Let's hear what you think. It's a very important topic, truly. I still talked about, I was discussing with someone yesterday relating to this topic. So it happens. So let's hear what you think. If you have an experience you want to share with us, feel free to do so. So we need to wrap it here today. And we trust God to be here again next week, by the grace of God, next week, Monday.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
My name remains Akinwale Deborah.
My name is Shayo John Adebayo.
Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah. Bye.
You got the whole world in your hands.